So the big question is this: how do investors like us who don't have a PhD in finance or millions to start investing, how do we grow our bank accounts to build real savings and retirements and yet still have the time to do what we really love? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. Hey guys, John here with the Stock Market Six podcast. Hope you're having the coolest day ever because it is the weekend, which is super, super fun. Of course, for you, I don't know, maybe it's not the weekend, but it's just like so fun this weekend because like we're doing some more filming and I was, we're finishing up this course on like how to win friends and influence people and this masterclass at the book, and it's just like ridiculously fun. But there's like this wonky concept that kind of happened a lot today, and it's sort of just has been a really big concept for a long time. I mean, ever since I've recorded like that thing We're Rich masterclass, and as going through that, I've had the same feeling, and I had the same feeling too when I was like finishing the book long time ago, which was just really interesting. And it kind of comes back to this idea of like, don't stop. And I'm looking at my hands right now. I've got like some pretty serious calluses because like as you start to just work out all the time, right? Like you break down your calluses, right? And you don't stop though, right? Like you hit a challenge, but you don't stop because there's like that end goal that is so powerful. And I remember when I was writing the book, like I almost was getting really close to the end. And it was so difficult, so much work to push through, but like you don't stop because there's always that next step, and you have to get to that end goal. And sometimes like you never reach that end goal, and it's just constant, perpetual going. And so this morning, I'm maybe halfway done with this. We're going through the book portion, not the seminar portion of the masterclass, but the book portion of the masterclass. And what's really interesting is like it's so much. It's amazing. It's gonna change people's lives, and I know it will change people's lives. And that's what's like so passionate and pushes you to the end of it. That's what pushed me, to finish 9 to noon. Like it wasn't for me. It was for like the hundreds of thousands of people that's lives will be changed by it, which just is like so insanely powerful. And it's just such a huge draw and something that pushes me to have that success, right? Oh, hey Sam. And so we have this breakdown today, and so close to getting, I don't know, like today's part done, which is really cool. And it's just really difficult because like you hit this barrier, and the barrier, it's tough. It's tough to overcome, and it was a tough barrier to overcome with Think Rich class. It's just a tough barrier to overcome. Like anytime we're doing work, but it's like it's for you, right? And so the work, it's all based on results, and it's not based on fluff, like how many hours did you log or how much time did you put in, because like time doesn't matter. Like, yes, it takes time to create results, and yes, it takes a lot of time to make really quality content and courses and books, and I mean, it's just anything that you could want to really, inspire people and change people's lives. Like that all takes time. It's a given, right? But if I spend 50 minutes planning a session, or if I spend 5 minutes planning a session, like it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters in the end of the day is the result, and the result comes across in the actual actions, the actual changes that the content has in students' lives. And that's really all that matters, right? At the end of the day, if you look back, in 10 years at this singular moment, like the only thing that matters are the results of the actions taken. And so what's interesting is, I know this one guy, and he really wants to write a book. And I'm like, dude, you should write a book. It's really cool. Like, why don't you publish it? Like, oh my God, I feel so good. You get your name on a book. Like, it's so fun. And it totally changes, your life and your positioning in the marketplace. I mean, everything, right? And what's really interesting is he's written the first 8 chapters, or the first 4 chapters. He's written the first 4 chapters of 8 books. And if he kind of combined all these chapters into one book, it would basically be like a book, maybe a book and a half, maybe even 2 books. But what he's done is every single time he's gotten to 4 chapters, he's quit, he stopped. And he's moved on to something new, something shiny, And it's insane because, like, you get to this point where the first, I think, at least from my experience, writing books and making these really in-depth courses, it's like the first 20% of it is like all passion. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. This is so awesome. This is super cool. And then you finish 20% and you're like, oh shit, wait, there's another 80% left? Like, what? And it's a lot of work. And at the beginning, you don't think it's that big of a project because you're focused on the end goal. And then you realize over time that like, oh crap, I have like actual steps to do, actual time commitments, actual impact shifts that are going to come in my life. And it's going to take a lot of work. Like this morning, I was trying to write this email to like all the clients, right? And just to get them pumped up, happy for the weekend, and promote books and stuff like that. And I write this email, I get like halfway done with it, and it crashes, and I have to start over. So I write the email again, and it crashes, and I have to start over. Now I have to write it a third time. But what's cool is like you don't stop, right? Like you don't just quit. You cannot just quit after the first 4 chapters. You can't quit after the first 20%. And you just have to keep pushing so that you can actually create the result. And so, for me and for a lot of people, like that result is publishing, right? You publish a book, you publish a course, you publish a video, or whatever, right? Any measurable thing that like has an actual result in the marketplace is just something that like you should be ridiculous about. Like, it talks about calluses. Like your results are what tell everything. It doesn't matter how many hours you spend in the gym. You've got 6 packs, abs, or you don't, and it's just like nobody cares about the process you take to get there. The only thing that matters is the result. Like if you go to the bank and you want to get, $1 million line of credit, the first thing to look at is probably like your bank account, right? And nobody cares how much time you spent working to get to that point. Like the only thing they care about is the number that comes up when they look at your bank account or maybe your credit score or something like that. And it's just this huge mindset shift that like nothing matters but results in the real world. And it's so crazy because as you start to move in, at least if you're moving in this world of where like you're trying to like build assets on your own, you're trying to create real savings and retirements like your own pace, right? And you're making your own investments and you're doing your own portfolios and making your own decisions and your own financial commitments, which is super cool. And you're like out there crushing it. Like no one's hold your feet to the fire. Like no one's gonna force me to finish this stuff on time and on budget and on schedule and get it out there and change people's lives. And yet it's so crucial and so key that happens because like I know that's gonna have the biggest impact on so many people. And so I'm just so grateful today to take a minute, just kind of reflect on this barrier that I've been pushing against so hard. And it's not one of those brick walls that you can punch against all day and it'll never fall over. Like this is one of those things where you just need to power through it and find the determination, find the dedication, and realize that you might start out doing something creatively, but at the end of the day, no matter what work starts with or what creative work starts with, like it's work, and you have to put in time, the effort, and the energy. If you're going to build these assets that will literally pay you for the rest of your life, it all comes from your ability to take a minute, step back, and say, hey, you know what? Chill out. Let's make it happen. You're going to put time, the energy, the effort, the dedication, and the motivation into this one project, and you don't stop until it's freaking finished. Don't move on to something new. Try that new program, try that new thing. You have that one goal you're working towards, and that one goal is your singular point of focus, and everything goes towards it. And so I hope you guys sort of understood a lot of the psychology behind the underlying message from today, because it's just a really, really big concept. And like if you get nothing else from it, just think about it like this one thing. And it's this phrase that says, change my life. It's don't stop. So go out there, work on your thing, do your thing. But, no matter what happens, no matter what anybody says, no matter what the world around you says, no matter how your initial attempts go, if you really want to have that success, it all comes down to 2 words. And it's don't stop. So thank you guys so much. Hope you got a ton of value from this podcast. Go out there. See, I'm doing like oh my God, I'm so used to this course. This is such a big course. It's like, oh man, I bought a new hard drive because I was running out of space on my computer, and I knew that like this was going to be a pretty big course, and so I bought like a 3 terabyte hard drive, and I've already put I think 1.3 gigabytes of raw files on it. And obviously everything's got to get edited. And a lot of it is edited, which is great. But it's like, holy shit, man. Like so many people don't understand like what they're capable of. Because they just don't start. And so like once you start, like the goal, starting is the biggest thing. And then once you do start to push through, you just can't stop. So just go out there, guys, and really go out and do whatever it is you love. And just don't stop. Just don't stop. Just don't stop. Just don't stop. All right? Sound cool? All right. Thanks guys so much for listening. I really, really appreciate it. Have an amazing, amazing day. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.
Want more stock market secrets? If so, go get your free copy of my best-selling book, 9 to Noon. You can get your free copy plus $11,176 of unannounced bonuses it took me years to uncover completely for free at 9tonoonsecrets.com. Inside 9 to Noon, you'll find the top 38 secrets you can use to double your portfolio every 2 years and make upwards of 10% per trade daily.